I'm sure I've mentioned him a few times on our channel. Rick Beato. He's got like a YouTube channel. He's got 1.5 million subscribers, and he's sort of like he does lots of the best ever rock intro type things, and then he does musical analysis where he breaks down music from like a producer's point of view because he's been a music producer.
This is the guy that did the Black Album, did he, or something else, or something Metallica?
He did do a Metallica. He did Master of Puppets, I think. He broke down Master of Puppets.
I'm not sure if I'm thinking of that one or a different one.
No, he's got a lot of grey hair. He obviously knows what he's talking about, and he's sort of he records it from sort of like a music studio. And it's like, I think, music point of view, it's one of the best channels out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of overlap with the kind of stuff we do. I mean, he loves Led Zeppelin.
Right, yeah.
Bless you. Anyway, he did sort of like he occasionally does these live things, and he went. I caught it about 2 hours after he broadcast it on Friday.
All right.
He was really, really upset because he put together a video. It was top 20 debut albums or something like that, and the video, he put it up, and then I think something like 3 o'clock in the morning the video got pulled by YouTube, and it turned out it was some German management company, and it was because he played 9 seconds of Schizoid Man.
Oh, Schizoid Man. Oh god, yeah. Dun, dun. Should we just sing the whole song? Dun, dun, dun. Cat's foot, iron claw. There you go, that's enough.
Anyway, he phoned them up.
Go on.
And say, look, what are you doing? Because I'm going to do a video on this. I've got like 1.5 million subscribers. What, you got any comments? And it was basically no comment.
No comment.
Yeah. Apparently he's worked with Tony Levin in the past. Wow. So, I don't think that's like, I don't know if Tony Levin would remember that, but I mean, the guy's not like messing about. And apparently he's been called to give evidence to a Senate committee on this sort of thing, on IP and stuff like that.
So they might have picked on the wrong guy there, because then he'll have evidence.
Well, he says, look, I'm going to make my arguments here because I'm not particularly worried about the Senate committee. I'm pretty sure they'll just go with the record producer, the record labels that have been called up. They had what's the singer from the Eagles?
Which one? Don Henley.
Yeah, that's him. Right. Don Henley. Yeah. Don Henley gave evidence to the same committee, and it transpired that Don Henley's got a team of 60 people working for him, just going through YouTube videos, flagging them.
Well, he'll make money that way. It's easier than making records.
And his claims is he's doing it for the industry. He's doing it for musicians, sort of thing. So he's denying musicians sort of free promotion.
Yes.
And that's for musicians, sort of thing.
I
can understand if someone, because you used to be able to get whole albums on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, you still
which
can.
was ridiculous.
Exactly.
But it's stuff that like we do. I mean, we don't get quiet because we never play any music, and I think you spotted that relatively early.
Yeah, just don't.
We won't do that because it will just get pulled.
Yeah.
Even to the point where I had someone perform at my wedding, a friend perform at the wedding, a bit of acoustic set, and he wanted to see the video. You took the video. He wanted to see the video. We uploaded it to the channel.
It's private.
Marked private.
Yeah.
Sent him the link so he could see it, and we got a warning from YouTube.
Yeah, so we have a strike.
Yeah,
for uploading a private video.
Yeah.
It's very serious stuff.
I don't know. What do you think about it?
Well, it's like you said. I mean, on the one hand, people took the piss, and I side with the artists in that's not okay. And I side with Lars Ulrich in the Napster. No, you shouldn't just get all the songs for free. You have to pay for them. How does it work? That's how are they supposed to make any money? Not Metallica, but how are musicians supposed to live if you get their music for free and you deserve it for free? That's nonsense. But striking people for advertising your music or playing a clip of it, really just to make money, is completely unreasonable.
Yeah, because it goes into sort of like profit share, doesn't it? If a copyright holder claims that they own material in that video, basically it automatically goes to profit share. So if it's monetized, they get like 70% of the money or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is really bad. I mean, there's I think it's a problem with classical performers. So classical performers do a video of themselves performing a piece.
Yeah.
Which they've released on a label at some point, a different performance,
Yeah.
and the label claim ownership on that.
Yeah, of the music. Yeah.
And it's almost automated.
Yeah, and ironically, that was Fripp's original argument, in that the artist doesn't own the music.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit. It feels very, very. It feels like YouTube is very slowly, over time, has been pushed away from what it was meant to be.
Yeah, which was inevitable, I think. I mean, that was just
when
like
people started making money out of it.
Like the internet, in the there is more hard to access dodgy stuff on the internet than what Google provides, but it's been hidden.
It's not there for normal people.
Yeah, so the proper internet is, we don't see that because there's been a front created, and you can't actually stop the internet now, but you can create a front to make it more difficult.
A front.
The front.
Yeah. I came across something on Friday, I think it was. Have you ever heard of Hypnosis? I think it's Hypnosis Music. And you can see why I sort of immediately looked at it and went, oh, what's that? So I actually came across it on an app that was looking at shares and stuff like that. I was interested to see how the stock market's reacted to the pandemic and stuff like that. Mm. And it was like, this suddenly popped up, Hypnosis Music, and I thought, that's strange. I had a look to see if it was related to what I thought it was related to, and it's not. It's basically an investment platform that basically buys the rights to music.
Oh.
So it pays for ownership of music, basically. And they've got a massive catalogue of music, and the idea is that they're trying to identify music which underperforms, which they can manage better to get more returns from.
Oh.
And increase the value of the fund.
Oh, see.
They're heading for $1 billion or £1 billion worth of music soon.
Goodness me.
And they've seen a 13% growth over the last year. And his argument is, music is one of those things that's not susceptible to the state of the market.
Yeah.
So the value of it's not going to dip when you have a pandemic or an economic crash or something like that, because people always listen to music, which I thought was quite interesting, and I thought, oh, maybe that's worth a bit of a punch, but then I thought, music really is just a business now.
Yeah.
It is really about money. It's not about artists expressing themselves anymore. It's about creating a product which you can market and you can extract wealth from.
It's become completely separated, I think. Well, I mean, we went from, musicians being treated completely unfairly to musicians being ridiculously treated too much and giving them too much money to giving them nothing again. But that's it like all art. What's its inherent value? That's the problem. It doesn't work in a capitalist society.
Well, my thought was, it seemed their best performing music was old music, or older music. So does that mean sort of like there's no room for new music now?
It's all been written now. It's finished. Sorry.
So you're only ever going to make money off, tracks that have got lots
good
of
old
advertising and the history behind them.
Well, more people will know the stuff that was heavily marketed by massive corporations.
Yeah.
Years ago when they existed. Well, they still exist, but they're not as good.
Well, that's the point, I mean, labels aren't putting as much money into pushing these things now, unless they're dead certs.
Yeah.
So maybe those old tracks, which are already known, will always will always be worth lots and lots of money.
I don't know. And won't I mean the copyright? What's it called? I don't know what it's called, but yeah, just the ownership, the licensing of music. Doesn't it run out?
It does, yeah, but it's a long time, I think.
Is it like 100 years or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Because that's going to start happening. I mean, we're in 2020, so we've got to 1920. We're going to start reaching serious, famous music that influenced all the rest of it, and that's that no longer has ownership.
If you have a look at that, when does music copyright expire? UK, it's different around the world, isn't it?
Yeah,
70 years.
70 years a year. Okay, right. So we're well into it.
So that's 1950.
Yeah. So all that jazz.
So, yeah.
And the early blues as well. And Glenn Miller.
What does that mean then? It just mean people can just reproduce their own versions or sell copies of it for free or what?
That would be interesting. I mean, if you play a cover version of Glenn Miller and post it on YouTube and copy it exactly, use the sheet music, what would happen? Would there be any bots going around looking for you or not?
That's a really good point,
Mm.
So we get to the point, let's say we get to 70 years from 90, so it's 2060. Does that mean there's a sufficiently big body of music available for free without any copyright issues that it does literally make new music completely redundant?
Yeah, I mean that should have already been a problem though.
I suppose tastes change, don't they?
Yes.
But here's the thing that's driven the change are like, so in the classical era it's composers that need to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in modern pop era it's music labels that need to make money.
Yeah.
If music labels are getting enough money from the back catalogue
that
it doesn't warrant investment in new music, then what happens then?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, I suppose that's not the issue. The issue is that there's going to be so much music available that creating a new track becomes prohibitively expensive because you're not going to get return from it to make it worthwhile.
A musician can do that all on their own. That's the thing. You can make a track yourself. You don't need to go. You don't even need to go to a studio. Once you've got the instruments, which are expensive, you can make a track yourself. You can make an album yourself, and it isn't in your interest as an unknown musician now to have anything to do with the big labels. So whether as time goes on, music will be there in the ether and will get discovered and get ownership somewhere by someone, and then replayed. I don't know. I mean, we know an era has finished. I mean, we've had jazz stopped selling. Jazz was massive. It was still in the 60s. It was number one in the chart and all this kind of stuff when that meant something, and that stopped selling by the 80s. Really, it had gone. People just didn't buy it. It was a niche market, and in record shops, the jazz section shrunk and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. But it's still there. What we'll be aware of is that the rock era has finished.
Yeah, I guess music will move on. Will adapt to its environment. Really, the requirements society has for music will shape the kind of music that's made, I suppose, and theoretically, it will be very, very different. So we could see like the kind of shift you got from sort of like the classical era to sort of like popular music in America and stuff like that. Sort of blues and the jazz and stuff like that.
I think we're just in a position where we can't see what that will be.
Yeah.
We don't have a point of seeing.
So my question is, should I invest some money in Hypnosis Music Limited?
So is it Hypognosis
Yeah.
It is them.
I think that. Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh, it's not them, but they're using their name.
It's the same name. Yeah.
Okay. Very Gnostic, very hip.
Hypnosis Songs Fun Limited. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're not musicians, and they don't make music.
Well, there are musicians there. So, I mean, the way they decide what music to buy, they've got like a whole bunch of people there.
Right.
So they've got music producers, music writers, music creators. I'm sure they've made... The guy started it up, it was probably something in the 80s.
Right, okay, yeah. I mean, that's better than what it was in the 80s and 90s. In that the musicians are naturally... They're going to be creative people, so they're not going to be that kind of person. They're not going to be sociable people. They're not going to be business-minded people. So that's why they need the businessman with his suit and tie. So if that is them doing it themselves,
yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, but if these guys are buying the rights to the music, does the artist get anything?
Well, it's up to them, isn't it? If they've got the rights to the music.
Because they say that what they get is, I think there's 3 things they get paid for. They want the total rights to the music. So rights when the music is sold, physically sold as a CD or whatever. They want the income from that. The rights for radio play, and the rights from when it's streamed.
Yeah.
I think that's it, isn't it?
I assume so.
Unless the artists get paid as well. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. It feels if they think that music underperforms and doesn't make enough money, does this mean that they're gonna... Part of that strategy is to clamp down on YouTube and things like that?
Yes. I mean, YouTube is not the platform for music. It is a bad platform for music because it's not built for it.
Yeah, but I mean, the issue is not when someone uploads a full album. The issue is when people do stuff similar to like what's his face? The other guy, Darren Locke. Yeah, I mean, he effectively got into a bit of argy-bargy with King Crimson, and they basically shut him down.
Handed him off, really.
Handed him off, yeah.
Because they could, so they did. Yeah. That was personal, though. Because although our channel's smaller, we do exactly the same thing. So that was actually a personal thing. That wasn't a business thing. That wasn't to make money.
Well, that just suggests to me that the balance of power isn't right. If you can abuse that power on a personal basis, then obviously it's not right, is it? There needs to be a feedback thing in YouTube which says if you incorrectly flag something as having your content, you get a strike. Yeah, 3 times, then that's it. Every time you flag something, it's got to be reviewed physically by someone. And if it's wrong, then you've got to pay. Yeah. You've got to pay for the time taken.
YouTube wouldn't do that.
YouTube should do that.
They should do that, yeah, but they're not going to do that. It's not in their interest to do that because that's the whole sort of business of it is built on these people going on there and finding things and flagging them and making money out of it. And that's the whole advertising stream. That's how it works, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't think YouTube lose any money if someone flags something, or makes any more money if someone flags something. All it is a mechanism for divvying around the income from ads that the creator gets to different people. Divvying that portion up, Google gets their income no matter what. Yeah, but YouTube would they'd certainly have to spend money to do that. Surely the problem is that YouTube isn't doing anything. In that you can flag anything. They've implemented a system which allows a creator to a copyright holder to flag anything and say this is my copyright. Yeah. And YouTube go, yeah, okay. Yeah, until the person being, that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, I don't even think the creator gets a comeback realistically.
No.